Hey guys, Lumen02. Currently getting ready to play some 100 card, actually. Be playing against player Golden Lynn. I haven't played Golden Lynn in a long time. And I'm going to be playing with, long time to play. Yeah, it's been a long time. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I don't know how good Food Chain's going to be against Speed Aggro, which he's going to be on probably White Weenie. Yeah, tournament lapse. So, anyways, you guys saw my build from the other day. I did a building session. It has changed pretty significantly. I've basically leaned the deck down. I'm starting to build a sideboard. I have not finished it yet, so I will not have that advantage. But essentially, the curve just dropped, and I think we have some better interaction. There's a couple cards I'm interested in putting in here, though. Some of the ones that interest me are Baleful Strix and Wall of Blossoms. Just as early game blockers into cards that actually sack to Food Chain to start the chain off. I think I kind of like them. This hand's interesting. I think this is a mulligan, though. I like this one a lot better. I'm going to keep this. I'm going to top that. Kind of despite my better interest, I think. Actually, I may lead on that. Oh, we getting a free turn? Oop, where are we talking at? All right. Oop. Oh, a blue white land? Cool. Well, I was not expecting that. I think I am just going to play this out and say go. Yes, I know it can get wastelanded. However, I think I like to have the option Inquisition next turn. I don't think I will. Yeah, I think the chances of me Inquisitioning are pretty low unless I like Demonic Tutor, and then I may. But then, actually, I probably wouldn't, because if they Demonic Tutor, like, they're probably just finding... They're probably not finding it. Maybe they would be finding a 3-drop at that point on turn 2. Alright, Wooded Foothills. Is this Bant? Well, I assume they have to be playing green or red. I mean, they could be like a Jeskai deck. Good to see a dude here. Okay, then maybe four color stuff. All right. So I figured they'd be on aggro. It appears they are definitely not. I'm going to lead on this. I really don't want to have to mana drain here. It's kind of a weird thing to say. I mean, if I do, I guess I just play the Mist Hollow Griffin out and I have a dude. But, actually, I probably just play Eternal Scourge out and then leave up mana for Inquisition. Not that it looks like they have a lot of Inquisition targets. They're not playing anything. I guess that doesn't mean they don't have anything. Okay, maybe they're playing combo. They have a lot of Scry lands. I actually debated running the Scry lands in this deck. This deck doesn't mind drawing all of its cards, unlike Oath. It just doesn't really... There's cards that you don't want in certain sequences. Alright, I'm stumped. What's going on over there? I'm going to take a look. I don't know if this is correct or playing Qatar Pit out was correct. I think I want to see what's up, though. See what's what. Well, with a Food Chain, this deck can put 6 power on the board. I don't know how that's not really per se good. It can make infinite mana, but infinite mana for creatures isn't really good when you only have 2 of them. Alright, we're going to counter this. Gonna magma jet me. Okay, maybe that was the only spell that could be taken. I don't think you mana drain here. I could have gone to second main if I wanted to mana drain something on my turn. But I'm not gonna mana drain a jet. What do they do with it though? I am curious to see that. 1 bottom, 1 top. Okay. Well, what are we gonna find here? What the heck? We can. Alright, well, I guess I just accidentally clicked that. It's Abzan Charm and that. Actually, I really didn't care about Go for the Throat, but that's fine. I think we accidentally clicked there. Alright, go ahead. So their hand doesn't really do much. They're playing Slivers then. My hand doesn't really do much. Sliver Hive is kind of, I mean, over time it can get annoying. It is an uncounterable threat. Abzan Charm is not castable right now. Alright, so they drew something. I don't think I care about that. I am going to get a clock on them, though. And then leave up Fatal Push. Could have gone for the Mist Hollow Griffin. I think it's better just to leave up Push. And it cannot be Abzan Charm, right? Is it 3 or greater? Power 3 or greater. I mean, this thing can be cast from exile, so even if they find the mana and they want to Abzan Charm it, that's fine by me. And when it's targeted, it exiles itself, so pretty cool. Has to actually die in literal combat. Alright. So, Slivers. So, Golden Land does have some spicy ones. And this is definitely on the spicier side of things. Slivers is possibly playable in 100 card in like Highlander. I just think it tends to be superseded by like just decks like White Weenie. I think White Weenie just has better creatures singularly. So it tends to make the deck better. I mean, when the Tron's assembled, like Slivers can become very good, but like one Wrath of God, like unlike White Weenie, where like a Wrath of God doesn't really necessarily mean the end of the game, against Slivers it probably does. I'm going to take 1 here. I don't think it's that relevant if I do or don't. They're going to start making 1/1s next turn if they don't play something else. Alright, nothing else to play. Well, I'm not going to fetch there. Alright, I'm just going to play this out because it will enable me to attack for greater damage next turn. We may just be beating down with our suboptimal creatures here. Here's my thing. I think if they're going to play the land out and start making 1/1s, I just want to beat down. I'm going to get the Bayou here. I'm exposing myself to top decks here, and they did scry. I probably should have at a minimum, even though I just fetched. Alright, he bottomed it. I should have at least checked that before I did this. And if I was playing in, like, you know, a tournament or something like that, I would know. I would have seen it. Alrighty, your go. Neither of these fellows really want to be exiled. They don't really care about being exiled. I guess I do have another fetch land for Fatal Push, so if it's a 4 or under, I should be okay. And next turn, interestingly enough, I can actually swing in with the Creeping Tar Pit and still leave up Mana Drain, which is kind of nice. Now I'm just going to hope to fade like a Sliver Queen or some big monstrous thing. Because their fixing is perfect now. Well, with the exception they can't cast the Abzan Charm, I guess. They don't have green. They were in need of green, it appears. Okay, Mana Weft Sliver. Well, they can exile one of my dudes if they'd like. They'd probably save the Abzan Charm for the Creeping Tizzle, I would think. I'm going to go ahead and just get this thing, take him off mana. Yeah, we're not going to combo kill this game. We're going to race with inefficient critters. I do think we live up Drain here, though. They can exile one of these things if they'd like. Or they can put +1/+1 counters on one of their dudes. It's actually not a bad... I guess it's not a horrible ploy. Oh, they want to draw. Yeah, okay. So 6/9 is lethal, right? Yeah. Alright, get in there, you guys. Yeah, I never thought I would be doing beatdown with Mist Hollow Griffin, Eternal Scourge on this deck, but it is a thing. Alright, Mutavault can block on the ground. I don't really care if one of these two cards dies. Alright, they have something big to play. If they're tapping out for something, I feel pretty good. Yeah, I'll counter this. Because I assume they're trying to use it to make mana. They have a drain or something of their own. Alright, counterspell. Cool. But now they're forced into a position where I think they need to block. They can make one more mana. I guess one of them could attack if they really don't want to block. Creeping Tar Pit's going to be the big issue here, though. Get in there, you gentlemen, you. Well, what are we going to see happen here? I mean, they have to block at least one of these things. If they don't block two, then they're dead next turn to the Creeping Tar Pit. And none of their things actually kill my things, which also seems kind of, favorable for me, obviously. Why is that popping up? Okay. Alrighty, and go ahead, my friend. I am F6 at this point. So pretty much do your worst. They lost their flying sliver, their winged sliver. So both the Tar Pit and the Mist Hollow Griffin appear to be lethal, but we shall see. And hopefully in the next game we can actually just do the combo win. I think it just made more sense to go for beatdown here because their hand was kind of slower and didn't have a lot of gas. And slivers, if they're just kind of coming through the gate one at a time, are pretty easy to deal with. Now when they start flooding you, slivers are an issue at that point. Okay, Anissa. Well, this is a good card, and I will play it if I am pressed to. But we'll see if we have to play it post-combat. Okay. Well, this makes 1/1s. This is a 2/2. So take multiple multiple removal spells to do this. All right, one removal spell down, and that is in the graveyard. Do you have a second one? Well, if they do, good on them. I think regardless here, I mean, they're going for a double block here, which puts them down to Mutavault. Puts me down all of my, well, not all of my exile threats, but most of them. All right, so nothing else. All right, cool. So we don't really have a sideboard yet. Golgari Charm's interesting, but I'm not going to sideboard for this one. I'm just going to play it as is. So you can see some of the deck changes here. I mean, a lot more. So I put in another win condition, Walking Ballista, so I can randomly draw into it. Another exile dude, Squee, because I found that the mana color doesn't really matter once you have Food Chain in play. Up the creature count by 1. Took some of the inefficient ones out, though. Brought in Bring to Light. A lot more 2-mana interaction and 1-mana interaction. So the deck is, at its heart, kind of like a combo control shell. A couple of the spicy ones I'm trying in the list. I do have Limdual's Vault. I think I had that last time I showed this list, though, or last night when I showed this list. So some pretty interesting stuff going on in the list. Stifle, I'm trying. I don't know if I really want that. Finks is kind of in the same boat. Finks is just kind of like... I may trade out Finks for, like, Baleful Strix. I don't know. Finks is a little harder to cast. The one good thing about it is it just buys a lot of time. That's kind of why I had Thrak Tusk and Obstinate Baloth in there, but I cut both of them. I mean, Obstinate Baloth may be a sideboard card. Get some heavy discard decks. This deck could have issues. Just depends on what pieces it has in hand. Also brought in Time of Need. Time of Need, pretty hilarious with Emrakul. Just a good way to get after that guy. Also finds Squee, randomly enough, which is kind of cool. If you need this piece. So it finds two halves of the combo, either the win condition or the mana generating condition, which is pretty sweet. Tainted Pact is actually so it's funny, Black Lotus is actually actively worse in hardcore Paradoxical Outcome decks, I think, than Mana Crypt. And in this deck, I think Tainted Pact is almost strictly better than Demonic Tutor, because you can use Tainted Pact to essentially get a 4-for-1. Now, you have to get lucky and have Emrakul or Walking Ballista below some number of the exile dudes. But if you exile Eternal Scourge, Squee, the Immortal, and Misthollow Griffin, and then get to your Emrakul or Walking Ballista and have a Food Chain active, or find the Food Chain and have all of these dudes exiled, then you can kind of do some very sweet things with Tainted Pact in this deck. It's one of the few decks that I've seen where Tainted Pact actually is actively better than Demonic Tutor. Well, not always, but generally speaking, it's going to be if you set it up right. So I'm really happy with this card in here, and it kind of does some sweet stuff. I think I already talked about Relic. Relic's kind of cool because if you do lose your, like we did in that last game, if you lose your Griffin or your Eternal Scourge, it just blocks. You can exile your own stuff out of your yard and get them so they're castable again. It's also just nice graveyard hate. Deathrite Shaman, same kind of thing. Scavenging Goose, same kind of thing. So I do think the deck has a bit of resilience. I do think it has enough pieces to really get after the puzzle it's trying to solve and how it's trying to win the game. In that last game, you really get to see it shine in the way it's intended to play out. But, that'll happen in some games. Now, this one looks like it possibly could go another route. I am going to keep this. This hand's actually pretty good. I mean, it's got turn 1 Deathrite Shaman. I mean, obviously with a fetch land, that would be better. Turn 2 Fauna Shaman. Deathrite's not looking like it's its best here. Alright, well, Moto's lagging and freezing up. Alright. And F6. Well, I like seeing a fetch land used here. I mean, they could just be killing the Deathrite. But Deathrite's not that operative. I mean, it's just kind of nice to have. Could be Fatal Pushing and Fauna Shamaning next turn. Yeah, I'm going to kill that. That card, I mean, mana is going to be his biggest constraint on a 5-color deck. Ooh, actually I cannot, can I? I sequenced this poorly. I forgot these lands are tapped lands. I think that's okay, though. I'm just going to get this now. I really don't want to face this card next turn. I think it just allows them to have so many more explosive turns. And I kind of want to fuel my graveyard after drawing Dig Through Time. This leaves Abrupt Decay up next turn as well if I have to play on their tapped land. Slivers is not a bad, they're good threats. However, I think what I'm doing can just kind of go over the top all at once. Well, I know it can. I mean, it's casting Emrakul, which tends to be over the top. Time Walk 15/15, Annihilator 6. Yuck. Seems like a big game to me. Probably not as good as Karakas Omniscience Emrakul, but, you know, what can you do? Let's just take the rest of the turns. Annihilator 6 every turn. And 15 every turn, which is just goofy. Alright, tapped land. So, one of the things, these scry lands, I don't really care for them in aggro decks, but when you're playing a 5-color deck, sometimes you have to, dig deep on them because you just need to have the scries to fix your mana. But I do think it's kind of like one of the limiting factors of these style of decks. Alright, Animate Dead on Mana Whiff Sliver. Okay. They really want this Sliver, huh? If they want it that bad, I'm going to blow it up again. I mean, they must really want it. Not really doing a whole bunch right now. My lands were basically tapped lands as well, just kind of how we sequenced this out poorly, though. I should have played the Dark Slick Shores either second or third. Wasn't looking. I have up to 4 mana next turn. There's an argument to playing Fauna Shaman out there so I can start using it next turn, but I don't know. Like, the one thing with that is it fuels the graveyard a little less for the turn after. We're probably going to look to do is Impulse plus Fauna Shaman next turn off of their land in their graveyard. I only have 1 green source of note, so that's kind of a frailty of this hand as well. Okay. Okay, it's an interesting card. I haven't seen that one in a long time. Tundra. Alrighty. It's actually not a horrendous card. I mean, it finds a lot of different useful lands. For instance, Tundra. A lot of dual lands. Okay, Siphon Sliver. Alright, they have lifelink now. Cool. I'm going to take a look here. I think I'll take Teachings here. Oop, in 1 second, guys. I'm going to go on a quick pause to replug in my computer. It looks like the battery power's pretty low. Alright, guys, back. Alright. Oh, come on, Moto. Speed up, you. So Mystical Teachings on the following turn can get Mystical Tutor to get Demonic Tutor to get Food Chain. And then I have Fauna Shaman to get one of the operative pieces of the chain. Huh. This is going to be a little slower. But I can also flip switch on this hand and just go into control mode if I really have to like beat their last couple of cards. I don't think I care about the lifelink damage. Could also just play Scourge out here. Kind of want to just draw mana at this point. Like, lands would be actually quite good. Fetch lands would be the best. Because they fuel Delve. They're also just the best fixing in general. It's going to be like a 5-drop. We shall see. Alright, Jace Beleren. Interesting. Okay. Well, that means they're probably not attacking, right? All right, the muscliest of slivers. All right. I think I say go here. Okay. I think I can afford to take 7 here. We can taint it back too. I really want to hit a land here. If I hit a land, I win the game, I want to say. So this is incorrect. I should have actually not used the green. I would have won regardless of hitting the land. So right now, the plan is I have access to Emrakul through Fauna Shaman. Huh. Yeah, I whiffed that. I think I'm going to pass it and see what happens here. Counterspell could also be annoying. I wonder if they'll just pitch the Jace or if they'll give me a card too. I am forced to block here. Okay, land. Okay. Can also stifle randomly enough. The one issue is I'm trapped on 1 green. Okay. You get Walking Ballista too. Walking Ballista is actually more correct. Well, if this gets countered, I'm also in trouble. So if they drew into a counter spell, that's bad. Alright, they drew into a counter. Okay, now I need to YOLO it. And go for the dig through time. I'm not going to have time for mystical teachings. Alright. Well, let's see if we can avoid death this next turn. And hopefully no more counter magic, because we got a drain out of hand, which is nice. Alright, so they have tons of mana. Probably first things first, draw with Jace Beleren. Yep, I like that. I mean, I could opt to stifle that, but obviously what I'd like to do is play out Snapcaster Mage targeting the Tainted Pact. Okay. The issue this runs into is mana. Just gonna buy you here. We do need more green mana. Damnation may be a keeper here. No. Eternal Scourge can definitely go to exile. No. If I still hit a land, I can win. T-Del from 3. It's enough to kill the board. No. I think this is a winning line right here. Alright, so this does not mean I'm dead, because I could hit. So if I go Eternal Scourge, I'm dead. I need to look. And I need to find Damnation, right? Because that has not been found yet. So I need to shuffle here. And find Damnation. Find Assassin's Trophy. Well, I think I am just dead. Yeah, I'm just dead. Yeah, we'll go ahead and concede there. Maybe I should have gone for Damnation, just to prolong the game. I don't think I'm winning that either way if I prolong it that way. So hit a land there. We untapped land. We would have won because we needed to be able to cast Food Chain and then resolve the Scourge from exile and make infinite mana. Walking Ballista, burn them out with Ballista, which I think was more correct than Emrakul at that point in the game. So close, like very close, but no cigar, obviously. And if they had not removal the turn prior, I think we were fine too. So we just leave one of our creature cards in play after blocking, and then exile to Food Chain, get enough mana to start the chain off. But unfortunately, we had a block there to stay not dead. Hand's actually good. I'm gonna keep this. Yeah, this hand's actually really good. I like this hand a lot. I've got Time of Need, Brainstorm with Fetch Land, Regrowth, It's got some things and some stuff going on. Got a Volrath Stronghold. I don't know if that needs to be in this deck. It's probably fine. I guess it's yet another way to get back, like one of our exile dudes if they get killed in combat. We're going to Brainstorm turn 1. And I guess we'll Ponder as well. After fetching, which this pretty strong turn here. I like this turn. Just get a Trop, I think. Double black can be relevant, but not for a ton. Yeah, this is a powerful set of cards. So if we get to drain something into a Bellower, that should be very strong. And then next turn we can get back our fetch land if we like. I probably would do that, actually. Alright, 3, make 3 mana. We'll go Bellower into Is it a turtle witness here? No, it's got to be Fierce Empath. So still open to hit a land here. Maybe I want to up the land count to like 37, because I do feel like the deck is kind of mana hungry. It could even go 38 possibly. So really all we need right now is a food chain. Food chain would allow this hand just to go nuts. I mean, that would be our best top deck. What's probably going to happen, though, is we're going to be regrowthing. Yeah, I don't really care about that thing getting exiled. It's food for the chain. Food for the chain, my friend. Alright, well now... Yeah. Yeah, get in there, you. Okay. So all of my critters have been killed. I think I'm going to take the turn off here because I made my land drop and just play a dude out. A hard dude to kill. And the reason being is because I am going to need a creature card in play to start the chain off. And I don't want to expose the Mist Hollow Griffin right now. They have Swords to Plowshares as well, or Path to Exile. Path to Exile I care less about. Okay, well, Flash Slivers. It's not per se great. So if we hit a land, we go Mystical Teachings, Mystical Tutor top, Demonic Tutor into Food Chain. Or I could just do Tainted Pact at that point. Alright, Cultivate, don't really care about. I think we're going to get to chain this game. We'll see. I mean, I would really like to hit one more land. That being said, I probably shouldn't have fetched Lester. I guess I didn't know that I was going to get all my creatures killed in one combat step. I get a drain here. It's a way to make a ton of mana. And then I get an attack step in. Pretty much counter anything because I just want mana right now. Like, I'm just very mana hungry. I got Drain really just to make mana. I could have gotten a fetch land as well. Well, they're fetching every turn, which probably means that they are flooded like crazy. One of the downsides of this style of deck, though, is you see I have like a bunch of really kind of janky cards in my hand. Alright, now we can go for the line I was telling you all about. I'm going to hang back here. The Winged Sliver. You know what? I'm actually fine with that, I think. Yeah, go ahead. Have your Winged Sliver. My big question is, do you have a counter spell? I guess they don't have a counter magic mana up. So they can get through for the damage. Should probably get a Bayou here. teachings. Mystical. Mystical. The correct answer here is probably still Tainted Pact, but I'm going to get Demonic Tutor just to save myself time. I mean, if they have the counter, if they have a way to interact with this, they're going to have a way to interact with this. So, Demonic Tutor. For the Chain of Food. One cool thing about Food Chain is it's like one of the only old border green cards in my deck, so it's really easy to find. Kind of a nice thing on MTGO. Doesn't really matter what color we make here. Actually, we'll cancel that. I wish this would just stay up. Just stay up, you. I'm going to be using you a bunch right now. Only netting 2 mana for every cycle of this. So this is a very slow combo on MTGO. Well, it's not the slowest of combos, but it's not a fast one. Up to 13 now. And up to 15. Down to 3. Take an extra turn. Eternal Scourge. I have to get both these back to actually kill. I don't want to accidentally click on my Emrakul. That would be atrocious. Oh, did he concede? Good game, man. All right. Alright, there we go. There is all the stuff and the things. And they sack 6 permanents and take lethal, right? Unless they have removal, I suppose, for one of these things. But I have mana drain. If they had removal, they would have done it last turn at some point in time, I assume. So you put them to -2, I want to say? Yeah, -2 if they block. I mean... So, Food Chain combo. You got to see it here in the last game. You got to see beatdown in the first game, kind of stall out. We were close in the second game. And it's not 100% assured that we probably could have just made some better blocks to kitchen things early in the second game. Oh, they want to just... Okay, well, you can have another turn, I suppose. Yeah, that's fine. Alright. We can do that. I guess they can always block that way and just have one dude left. Didn't think of that. I don't think there's anything that gets him out of this, but that is the combo. Run from cradle to grave, actually. They let me play it out. I did not ask them to do that. It's kind of cool, though. You get to see the whole combo kind of run out. That is one of them. Obviously, the other one is Walking Ballista that we had in Game 2. Now, Time of Need becomes a little more hinky once you already have Emrakul. Like, it doesn't do anything. Like, it's just a legendary creature card. It gets squee. It can get squee. All right, so fair. It's not totally dead. But, like, when you have a draw like this one where you have, like, the Scourge and the Mistalo Griffin, it's just kind of like, I don't know. You don't really need squee. It's just kind of a dead card at that point. So, like I said, I mean, like, kind of a cool combo control shell. I don't think Slivers is the biggest, you know, like the best deck that you're going to find out there. Hey, good night, man. But I did enjoy a game Golden Lin. I think against like a deck like White Weenie, it becomes a little tougher. Then you probably want to build a sideboard up. But I also have Damnation and Toxic Deluge against like the real aggro decks. Got decent counter magic. I think the deck has okay-ish game against quite a few things. I think the biggest problem it runs into is it's just not the best deck at what it's trying to do. Like, I think, Storm is faster than this, and I think better against control. I think Scape Shift is probably the best combo control deck in my play experience. It's pretty free. Like, you don't need a ton of cards. You just need to run lands with it. It's a pretty free card. And then like you have like Oath. Like, I think Oath is a better combo than this is too. Because you also get to synergize really well with Life from the Loam, which is just there's two good combos in that. Like, there's a great anti-aggro combo with Oath, just being a moat, or getting you like a game-winning threat like Emrakul, or getting a card like Runescar Demon to find like a Wrath effect to blow the board up and tap your Forbidden Orchard on their next end step and get an Emrakul on the following turn. Or there's the long game plan with like Intuition Loam, where you just continually wasteland the control deck, get Raven's Crime in the yard, eat their hand apart. So that deck I think has more flexibility than this style of deck does. This deck, because of the nature of its combo, just runs a lot more dead cards. Like in the first game you saw, we just beat down with 3/3s. Not really good, not powerful Magic, just pretty fair Magic actually. But the way you kind of enable that, I think, is through, one, the manipulation effects the deck has. It has a lot of manipulation, and then the counter magic, just to bide time. You're biding time to assemble the Tron of cards needed to win with Food Chain, which is cool. So anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the games. Again, probably a more casual style deck in 100-card Singleton, / Canadian Highlander / German Highlander, and this probably does not fit the bill for all ban lists. It's likely over on points, but I don't know that for a fact. It may or may not be over on points for Canadian Highlander, and I believe for German Highlander, I think this is actually 100% legal with the exception of one card, which is Mystical Tutor, which you can replace with Personal Tutor if you wanted to. I'm not running Personal Tutor in this build because this already has a ton of top tutors and card disadvantage to kind of get after its combo, and a lot of mana sinks in the form of transmute cards, etc. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to go ahead and cut the video there. This is 100-card Food Chain. All right, guys, enjoy and take care now.